Hey, look who's here, Coach Deb.
Didn't even notice her come in. Wow,
Coach Deb is here.
There.
Coach, where have you been?
In the lamp.
Vegas.
What's
For
in
the
the? Oh yeah,
expo.
the NMX Live. Yeah,
NMX Vegas.
We're building our new TV studio blew up in the middle of that whole deal. So
Yeah.
we couldn't come.
Oops.
We were supposed to be at NMX Live, but we didn't.
How was it?
Next year, it was awesome.
Yeah.
Epic. Yeah, it was
That's
phenomenal.
where all the bloggers or what's this? What
bloggers,
is it?
podcasters, web TV stars, and then people that do social media for business, so
Yes.
business marketers and whatnot. But I
Should've
think the
been
most
there.
successful thing was the IEW TV Awards. They had the red carpet event. They had press showing up. It was awesome. It's truly showing the media revolution about new TV stars.
Good.
You know, it's not just people on the movie screen anymore.
Yeah.
It's all about YouTube and seeing people on the net. Yeah, there were actually series that I saw for the award show that I had never heard of, and they were winning awards. I'm like, I need to check them out. So
Yeah.
it was a pretty effective
Online only.
online only.
God, see?
Yep.
I still want to do
Yeah.
my own show.
Yeah.
What?
You should.
You know, but
You could-
here's
you could-
but
that's the thing. You could have a show.
No, he can't.
Yeah, he
Here,
could.
no, he can't. No, he can't.
Sleeping.
You're not allowed. He's
cannot.
not under contract.
Come on.
No, it's not a contract. It's a FCC thing. He can't.
No, but that's the thing. You don't have to worry about the FCC.
There
with
you go.
YouTube.
Well,
You can
for
say
how?
anything
And
you
I was going to
want.
ask that. For how long though?
I don't know.
That's not
For now.
No, I will tell you, FCC is going to come down hard on regulation because it's broadcasting one way or the other. And I'm wondering two things. Number one, advertisers are going to have to be able to quantify very quickly on who's watching, who's listening.
But
and
that's
they can't
cool
yet.
about it. Well, yeah, because you can see how many people watch the views. Like
Yeah.
you can look at that real time and know who's watching live, who's watching it. You know, if it's a streaming type of.
You are the
Google
Nielsen
Hangout,
guy.
You are truly.
Yeah.
So now you can't fake these numbers. You can't. It's literally right there. So advertisers see the ROI of how many views and the threads, like people talking about it or sharing it. All
Yeah.
of that is tracked.
But
now.
they have to be able to quantify that. You see, the old advertising model, okay, those guys are dinosaurs. I mean, Madison Avenue doesn't understand that yet. And that's the problem is you guys have to quantify all that data. Because right now what they understand is households, opportunities, reach, and if they don't have a Nielsen box or a PPM for the radio for Arbitron, then they don't count it. So the good news is that you guys are providing so much more data. They just have to be able to how to extrapolate that
Right.
data soon.
Right.
That's the next guy. That's what we should be doing. Let's get out of this business and get into that business.
There we go.
So we can extrapolate the data for what goes on with those guys because I think that's a big deal. Let's talk to us about Super Bowl. Super Bowl was a big deal. Obviously, that it's interesting now. In the beginning of the Super Bowl, they have any game, any big event. Olympics is going to have it tonight as well. They got some chick sitting on the couch with her iPad saying, monitoring the Twitter feed, and it's like. I'm not getting it yet. They're actually using national TV to sit there. If somebody on the couch reading tweets that hey, Rusty from San Diego says, go Balls.
Can't wait for the thing.
Well, there's 10 seconds of fame too. Like if they could just be possibly seen on national TV, people are tweeting. That's why it becomes a trending topic. And that's why over 60% of companies now got involved with Twitter with the Super Bowl, somehow hashtagging something involved with the Super Bowl.
And listen, there's no question. What I'm thinking is that they're getting involved because they know it's something. We got to get involved in this. I don't think they know what it is yet.
Some people don't, some people do, but yeah, you're right. And you can tell the people who don't versus the people that do. And I want to talk a little bit about the Coke Super Bowl because that's what that had the most controversy. And I didn't even know it until later. I was watching the Super Bowl sort of at the party, so you're more socializing. So I heard, I saw the ad more than I heard it. So I didn't realize what was happening.
I'm watching it right now.
You're watching the ad right now on my Facebook wall, probably, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it got the most traction and the most legs Monday morning, Tuesday morning, Wednesday morning.
What's
because people were
controversial
talking
about it, though?
Well, they were talking about America the Beautiful being sung in different languages.
Oh, I
and some
see. Yeah,
people
yeah.
felt that should not happen.
Yeah.
So that launched a controversy of, is it okay? Is it not? Did you like the ad? Did you not? So all these people are weighing in on their opinion the next day. And the beautiful thing about that as an ad, if you look at it as a business perspective, it had the most effective reach than any other Super Bowl ad that paid $4 million for 30 seconds, right? This paid $4 million, but then all week people are listening to it and watching.
So this is what this is they were singing America the Beautiful in other languages. And some people took offense to that. Which I don't understand.
It's kind of cool.
I think it was kind of cool too. I mean,
Where's the offensive? Huh?
Well,
are people trained to be offended
yes,
nowadays?
they
It's
are.
like-
I think so. But the other thing is, you bring up a great point though, Deb, and that's the fact that this did reach way more than you could have paid for.
Yeah.
It's almost like when someone steps in it and smears it on the carpet right around when their new movie comes out.
Right.
They couldn't buy that kind of advertising.
Absolutely.
Well, that's sort of the that's sort of what happens here with respect to social media. Boy, if they can just bottle this up and figure out how to really quantify that information.
Well, it's kind of cool.
That's
you
when the
can't
real
do it though. I like that part about it. That it is spontaneous. It is from the the street up. It's like
Right.
people dug this video because the kid is cute and he's saying whatever. Or,
Right.
it goes viral because it is cool.
Yeah.
Not because Madison Avenue says this is cool.
Right.
Has anybody
Right.
tried to quantify just how much that exposure is worth? Because I think that's the real issue. Because at some point,
Right.
Twitter's gonna be able to say, okay, this is how much this is worth. You guys
Right.
got to pay, or I don't know how they
Let's
would
not
do
talk
that.
about them paying. They don't know.
No,
So
so-
let's keep it free.
Ixnay on the A-pay.
That's right.
Ooh, I almost cussed there, didn't I?
Yeah, but and that's been something that in social media they've been talking about ROI. How much do you get the ROI? But
Oh, yeah.
now you're seeing the ROI with the comments, the threads, the impressions. Like right after New Media Expo in Vegas, we were able to see the impressions, see how many people shared events or brands that were represented. So you are starting to see and being able to quantify the ROI, the return on investment.
Well, this happens, I think, on your own Facebook account. When you put up a picture, everyone's going to love this. And like 8 people like.
Right.
And then you put up some random picture of your nostril, and
Usually
people go,
it's a cat.
oh my God.
Yeah, anything with
300
a cat,
likes. And
Yeah.
like, how did, you can't pick
Yeah.
it.
But
People have to-
wouldn't
if
it be great to
people vote.
monetize likes?
vote, yeah.
Wouldn't it be like to monetize likes or monetize sharing and stuff like that? Because you bring up an excellent point. They could not have paid for that the
Yeah.
amount of
No.
exposure they got.
Yeah.
And it's too bad
What's
somebody.
the name of our company? Monetize Likes.
Yeah, monetize likes.
I'm gonna go. I know it'd be on Namesheet
.org.
See,
to
we got some
grab
good
your
ideas
domains
going
that
here.
you mentioned.
Turn off the cameras. We want to be alone.
But you know, you know, I guess who would be the beneficiary of that? If who
The
would?
companies and the brands.
Yeah, but who would they pay though? I guess is what I'm trying to say. They're getting.
I'll take it.
Well, YouTube it has advertising. So now, if you have a popular video, people want to advertise on your video. So
Oh,
all
yeah.
you want to do is produce good content or funny content, which you can do because you're a comedian,
That's what
literally,
happens.
right?
Literally, yeah.
So
Professionally.
all you need to do is provide the content,
That's
whether
what
it's
I'm thinking.
educational in value or funny or entertaining.
Oh, we got to dip in here,
Advertisers
Bob.
will pay you.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on,
That's-
Bob.
that's
Produce
the
By
new
we,
model.
you mean me?
Produce me, Bob. That's what all I need. Just some
Now
money.
he wants a TV show. For
Yes,
him.
I'm
Now
telling.
he heard the
telling
money.
you.
Talk to my agent.
He can't.
Be my agent. Oh,
He's
this
not-
is great. The three of us. Here we go.
Here's
All
the
together.
here's what I want. You know what I want to know is, and we can talk about this when we come back because I know there's stuff on the horizon that we haven't thought about yet.
Well, yeah, that's what's cool about it.
Well, what I'm thinking about though is there's other. Because remember that at one point there was MySpace.
Yeah.
And there wasn't anybody else.
No.
And then Facebook showed up.
Yep.
And then this little thing called Twitter showed up.
Yep.
What's going to be? There's somebody, some college kid, drinking Red
thinking about the
Bull,
next thing.
hitting bong loads right now.
Quit looking at
and
me when
MIT
Well, 3 days ago,
Your
was-
son.
well,
Okay.
3 days ago, Facebook was birthed in the college dorm.
That's the point.
Yeah.
I'm saying
So what's
somebody
being
right
birthed now?
someone right now, and we're going to talk about that when we get back from the break. Somebody right now is figuring out the next social media thing.
Uh-oh.
And see, here comes Russ. This is what happens with Russ. Russ starts thinking. Here's Russ.
Steam coming out.
Gee, Russ. I wonder if I could.
Starts with a bed and breakfast.
Yeah. And that's when we come back. We're going to talk because Deb has her ear to the ground on this stuff. I know that there's rumors.
And it's
Ear
an
to the
awkward
ground.
position to be in.
Ear to the.
It is.
Well, but I know. I mean, she hears the stuff we don't hear. She was just at the NMX log. Somebody's creating a new social media platform
Oh,
that
you
is
want me
going
to
to
reveal
dwarf.
that? Oh.
You know, that's going to dwarf Facebook. Or could it be that Facebook is the Google and nobody's ever going to dwarf
The
it?
king.
Bing came up. They couldn't do it.
Boom.
Big Biz Show, bigbizshow.com. Coach Deb, CoachDeb.tv is with us. She'll be back with us at 51. Stand by.
MonetizeLikes.com.
So, Deb, first of all, whatever happened to MySpace? Does MySpace still even exist
Well,
anymore?
it still exists, and primarily it's people in the musician community. So
Okay.
if you're a singer, you
Sure.
might still like MySpace. So it still exists, but it's a niche type of.
Who paid? Didn't somebody
social
buy
media
MySpace?
space.
Didn't Jeff, the guy who owns
Bezos?
yeah, didn't Jeff
That's
Bezos?
the way to pronounce his name.
Bezos? Didn't
Yeah,
he-
they invested in it. So I don't think they sold it completely, but yeah, he definitely.
Oh, do you know who owns
invested
MySpace now? Justin Bieber. I mean, Justin Timberlake.
Yeah,
Justin Timberlake. What the hell are they going to do with that thing?
What?
That's
Well,
just a-
again, because it's in the music space.
Yeah,
so
man.
he's looking at it as a new media social network for musicians. So if he can broadcast musician talent, your songs that you.
Yeah.
So instead of having to go the traditional way, like you talked before the commercial break about kind of like we call it the high priest of whether Hollywood or the musicians. There's people that decide whether you get a record label
Yeah.
or you get a movie deal or not. Whereas YouTube and anything new media is basically letting the people decide. So
Yeah.
if you have something that's entertaining that you think, you let people vote. And then you find out, is it just your parents who like your
Right,
singing?
right.
Or is it everybody?
Someone blowing smoke up your shorts or what?
Tila Tequila, that's how she wound up getting popular in MySpace. And it was the first one that hit like 1 million fans on MySpace and got a record deal out of it because the fans voted. So it's the same thing. So you no longer have the high priest of whether it's journalism saying that you can be reporting the news. You can just have a blog, share your story, and if your fans like what you have to say, you build an audience. If
But
they don't, you don't.
To the average, listener out there,
Right.
isn't there so much more crap to go through before you find that gem?
Well, now there is. Now it's becoming a lot more competitive. So
Yeah.
anytime a social media network starts up, your best bet is joining early.
Yeah.
Just like Twitter. It was awesome because you got to talk to the Jeff Bezos of the world. Like the people that were actually the chairman, the CEOs of the companies were actually on Twitter.
Just sitting
Now
there
there's
doing
social
nothing.
media managers
Who
everywhere.
is where do we go next? Where's the next
Well,
place
Yeah,
to sign up
that's
for?
it. Is there any rumors of anything happening?
The only thing that I keep telling people is paying attention to LinkedIn because it's very business focused. And more people are going there and accepting only people they know. So it's not just random people just to kind of get friends.
Right.
So it's a much more legitimate measure of influence and people who have connections to the people that you want to know. And it's also more acceptable to be talking about business. Whereas Facebook is still a little more for families, grandmas. That's why there's 1 billion people because
right.
grandma wants to see the pictures of
Yeah.
Johnny in
Which will
Florida
be the death,
and she lives
by the
in
way.
New York.
Which will be the death of the millennials, when the grandmas start doing it, because it'll be us all suddenly uncool.
Yeah.
And I mean, look at my
I
kids.
don't want to be
when
friends
Granny
with
starts
you.
doing
Let's
Facebook.
talk about a very important thing about Facebook that just came out in the last couple of weeks, and that's Facebook Paper. Have you seen Facebook Paper, Rusty?
No.
It's very cool. It offers a pretty cool way to view Facebook. Plus, it has you can set it up to where you have your news feed on there. You can look at technology. You can look at your business reports. I downloaded it yesterday. I think it's pretty cool.
Everyone says that, and part of that is because it's custom to you. It's custom to who the people or fans or businesses and brands that you follow.
Right.
So now, like I downloaded, I think it was last year, Flipboard on my iPad, and I loved it because it was bringing in everything from Twitter to Facebook ads and other news sources. But it was my paper.
So I don't know if you can see this, if you can get in this, Chris. But the the bottom line is that you can. Let me tilt it so it's not in the light here. But it's a different look for Facebook, and you can go through it, and you can go from.
Does your Facebook account go away?
Yeah.
The normal way?
No, it doesn't go away at all. But you go from
You buy
go
it?
from-
It's your news.
No, you go from
basically.
headlines. You can go to
I want it.
humor. You can go to enterprise. You can go to tech. You can go to travel, and then you go back to Facebook. So it's all in one sort of interface. Now, does Facebook own this?
Yes, well, so it's just like a newspaper, right? You
Yeah,
want to look
right.
at this as this is your newspaper, except it's custom to you. So the funnies, remember when there was the funny paper?
Yeah,
right. Now it's on your phone. Oh, he's good. He just pulled
look
out
at that,
customized
right there.
paper.
Yeah.
So why we pay him
Yeah.
so well?
So
Yeah.
it's
but that's what social media is becoming. And the danger, Sully, that people are talking about in new media is that what happens when you're only listening to the people that share your opinions?
Right.
Do we become more closed-minded?
Yes.
So I remember hearing about that, and I made a conscious effort to make sure I wasn't just following people that I agree with, but people that
you don't like.
Yeah.
That explains our friendship.
There you
No wonder you.
No comment.
No wonder you
really
accepted mine. I'm like, what? Me? Really?
Sure, I
It
like
really
your jokes,
does.
Rusty. Sure.
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
the interesting part about this is that I wonder if much like Apple came out with the Daily, which was a daily newspaper, which I loved, and then they got rid of it because it didn't like it. I think I wonder how addicted we're going to get to Facebook Paper, and then if it doesn't catch on,
it doesn't catch on, right.
Maybe they pull it or something like that.
The opinion and the tweets that I've been following, everyone loves it. Like I've not heard one person not like it. Now
like it a
Facebook
lot.
just celebrated their 10-year anniversary, and people don't like the fact that their movie can't play. And I think it's either browsers, they just haven't rolled it out.
Yeah.
But what's really cool about what they did to celebrate their 10-year anniversary is you can now go there and you can create a movie, and by doing that you see anyone else who's shared a movie, you click
Yeah.
on it, and then it says share your movie.
A couple days ago, everybody did
Yes.
it. And everybody said, look at my
3
movie.
days ago, that was their 10-year anniversary.
Did you do
February 3rd. I did.
I'm not doing it.
I did.
I'm
You're
not
going to
doing
do
it
it.
for yourself.
I don't want to do it.
You'll make yourself sick.
I don't want to do it.
Why don't you? because
But it's the best of emotional marketing. So again, I always look at this
Oh,
as
yeah.
your clients and businesses, if you can find a way to celebrate either your business or your anniversary, do something, right? Every month we try to celebrate something.
Yeah.
If there's not a holiday, celebrate your business, but do it in such a way where you trigger people emotionally in a positive, happy way. Like anyone who sees their movie, it's them. And I think during the commercial break, you're like, well, if people didn't like their movie,
their life sucks because pictures of them there is a dirt pile from 2013. My backyard.
Which is
you know,
why-
like
so they didn't like their movie, they just didn't have good posts that
well, you
year.
see some friends, you go to their pictures, like 8. What? 8 pictures.
Oh, yeah.
And one is like this weird, one they
Of
took
food,
off with
pizza.
It's like really not
Yeah.
quite.
Did you really say dirt pile? Right?
That's a
Is there
little
a dirt pile
there.
you're seeing?
Well, again, you and make sure you watch your movie first before you show it to anyone, because you never know where the computer will draw pictures from,
Yes.
or it's your Facebook account, but like from like 2008 or something when I first signed on, like, oops, that picture I thought I erased. How did that
Lives
get in there?
forever on
No, don't
Facebook.
watch yet, kid. So,
All right.
be
Music.
careful.
Thanks, Coach Deb.
Yeah.
CoachDeb.tv. Go check out the new Facebook paper. Also, you can follow Deb on Twitter at Coach Deb.
And
Her
I do.
website, CoachDeb.tv.